What up, what up? So, I'm coming to you from my bedroom. Mostly because this is where I ended up when I wanted to make this video. And yes, I just finished a workout. No, this is not tears. Okay. To the point. This is why I didn't want to go live with this video, is because I knew I would get all squirreled out when you guys started commenting below and I wouldn't get to my point. So what's my point? I and quite a few of you guys are just completed our first week of Core de Force. And I decided to weigh today and gauge my progress. I went from 134.4, I think, to 135.6. So, I took a leave of absence, I guess, from the scale for quite some time, and that was because it pisses me off. Especially if you're doing any form of weight training, whether it's body weight or actual iron, because not only do you, okay, so people say muscle weighs more than fat. This is not true. Muscle just takes up less space. If you have a pound of muscle and a pound of fat in each hand, they both weigh a pound. Yes? So the thing is that the pound of muscle is smaller in size than the pound of fat. So you can actually weigh the same, but look completely different, which is what I've been going through, and also what Natalie has been going through. I hope that she is okay with me using her situation as an example. I'm not going to divulge too much of her story. It's her story and her business to tell. So anyway, for the longest, stepping on the scale like that really messed with my brain and would discourage me and piss me off. And but then I was really struggling with binge eating, and I began to notice that not gauging my progress on the scale was causing my weight to go up, my fat really to go up because of the binge eating. So why am I sharing you this story about myself? Because what I'm learning is that my mess is your message. What I go through helps you go through it. And this is something, I mean, quite honestly, the more I talk to Natalie, the more I realize she and I are very much, there's a difference in the number on the scale, you know, in terms of the fact that we don't both weigh the same, but we both are struggling with this plateau and this 5 and 10 pound range. The difference is that they are for two totally different reasons. And so I've yet to freaking figure out her reason yet. So, and that just frustrates me, but I know why for me. And so therefore I can only touch on me. So anyway, before I get too much off topic, so when I stepped on that scale, it was this morning. You guys saw my post yesterday about the chest pie, if you were paying attention. And then sometimes I've just been forgetting to post my food, to be honest, because when you've been posting about your food for years now, at this point, it gets a little mundane and a little boring. And sometimes it works against me with my own, because I have my own eating issues, as y'all know. But anyway, I've really not been trying to avoid posting the food. I've just kind of forgotten sometimes. But in this past week, my goal was to try to follow the Core de Force meal plan completely as intended, except as a pescatarian or flexitarian, if you will, which basically means I'm not eating pork, beef, or chicken. And that's only because I just don't want to, mostly. I just don't like it right now. It makes me want to vomit. And in doing so, I also know that I burn more calories than most people, and because of my jobs. And so I decided to take myself up one extra bracket. And thinking, okay, so I'm going back to following a meal plan. If I go up and eat more food, eat more calories, I won't get my urges to binge. With that said, I'm not actually getting urges to binge. I've actually not binged at all. But I have completely eaten outside of the meal plan for this entire week. There was I think 2 days. We can go back and look and see if you want to, but I think there were 2, maybe 3 days where I said, I didn't post my food, but I said I hit my containers perfectly, and that was in plan B. So when I got on the scale this morning, I got pissed off. So mad. And then I just erased it from my brain. So it's kind of tricky. The reason why I got pissed off was because I knew that I was mad at myself because I did not stick to the meal plan. But I haven't been sticking to the meal plan because if I want something and I don't eat it, it becomes my focus because of having binge eating disorder. So I'm almost afraid not to eat it because I'm afraid the urges to binge will pop up. And that is where I'm at right now and why I didn't completely stick to it. And I'm trying again this week. And if I'm still not able to stick to it, I'm going to have to reevaluate myself and maybe talk to someone that can give me some advice. But that's where I'm at right now. My number one goal still being not to binge. And I'm not doing that. So I'm still reaching my goal. So what is my point? My point is do I think you need to not weigh? No. I think we all need to gauge our progress. But could that 1 pound be because I didn't stick to the meal plan? Possibly. Could it be the fact that I'm overtraining at all? Which I probably am not this past week. But could it be? Yes, your body, if you're overtraining or if you're doing a new program like I am and shocked your system, then your body retains water to protect itself. And that very well could have happened to me. This program is pretty dang hard. And I'm sore as crap. That could be it. It could be also because today is Special Lady Day. Could be holding on to some water retention because of that. Is it because of the chest pie I ate last night? No, that's not going to cause me to gain a pound. Is it because I'm eating more carbs than normal because of trying this vegetarian situation out? No. So regardless of your macros, calorie in versus calorie out is where weight loss comes into play. Period. That's another video. My point with this one is, with the scale, we have all got to be able to step on it, look at that number without judgment. Step on it, and instead of getting pissed at myself, like, okay, let's say I'm going to use Natalie, for example. Let's say Natalie steps on the scale and she's up 5 pounds, and she tells me about it. Or she shoots me a picture of herself standing on the scale. Do I judge her? Nope. Do I now think she's fat? Nope. Do I now think she's a lazy asshole with no willpower? Nope. Do I think her clothes look ugly on her and she can find nothing to wear? Nope. Do I think all of a sudden that she's just fucked it all up and she needs to stuff her face for the rest of the week? Nope. So why the hell would I step on the scale and think those things about myself? That's my point. That's my whole point to this 8 minutes of rambling that I've done. Step on that scale. Weigh yourself. If you've seen that that number not move or go up, remove the judgment. Don't judge yourself. And it's like almost step outside of yourself for a second and go into why. In Natalie's situation, she's in a totally different place with this than I am or with anybody else because we just can't figure out the why. So it's really harder for her. But for me, I know why. And it's because my main goal has been to not binge eat. And so therefore, when I want to eat something that's not on my meal plan or doesn't fit in a container, I do so that I don't binge eat. I'm not going to get a 6-pack doing that. I'm not going to lose 5 pounds doing that. And I have to figure out if I'm okay with that or not. I have to now determine whether or not I can try to restrict again without binge eating. And that is a scary place for me. But do I think I'm fat right now? No. Do I think I'm ugly right now? No. Do I think my clothes don't fit? Some of my jeans don't, because this girl got a ghetto booty, and I'm okay with that. I still love my 135.6, I forgot what it was now, pound self. I don't mind, I'm not going to lie, I don't like the rolls. Rolls suck. But it's a roll. It doesn't mean that Blakely is a bad person or lacks willpower or is lazy. Remove the judgment and find out the why. Take a step back and look at yourself and what you've been eating and what you've been doing. And if what you've been eating and what you've been doing is not in alignment with your goals, then you need to reassess and reevaluate and talk to me. Or if you have a different coach that's in here, talk to your coach. Or if you have a different, if you're working with a trainer or a nutritionist, whatever you're doing, talk to that person. I love you guys. All heart and soul. Happy, happy holiday hustle.